Good afternoon, Desert Sands Educational Foundation viewers on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Sean Webb here, the director of the foundation, as well as director of community engagement. And this week we are celebrating all of our classified staff in Desert Sands. Today we have with us some of our security agents. In Desert Sands, we have over 3 dozen security agents. Each of our high schools have multiple agents. Our middle schools have agents, as well as we have patrol agents that watch over the whole district as well as elementary. So why don't I go ahead and bring some of them on? With us today, we have Eddie Rivera, Seth Dale, and Sandy Corwin. How's everybody doing?
Hi guys.
Good, good.
Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing, guys?
Hey, excellent. As I was sharing with everybody, it is Desert Sands. We are celebrating Classified Appreciation Week, and we are celebrating our security agents. And each of you represent different school sites as well as the district patrol. I'd like to take this opportunity for you to introduce yourself. Why don't we start off with the gentleman I've known probably the longest in this group, Eddie Rivera. Why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Eddie Rivera. Work security at the San Unified School District. Right now I'm at Palm Desert Charter Middle School. I've been there for about I'm gonna say at least 7 years, I think. I've
Okay,
been with the district over 10 years. So,
excellent. As I was sharing, I've known Eddie the longest in this group. I started off at Page Middle School as an assistant principal. And Eddie, I want to say that was your first position in the district then?
that was my first assignment. Yes, that was some fun years.
Yeah, those are fun years. We were both a lot younger and a little bit thinner too, I'm assuming
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
more energy, more energy.
Most definitely, most definitely. So we're going to go ahead and skip down to our Raja that we have with us today. And I want to point out that Mrs. Herrera is watching, and she just commented, hashtag Raja that. Sandy, how you doing?
Good, good. How are you guys?
Excellent, excellent. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
I've been with the district a little over 20 years. I actually started at La Quinta Elementary and then Palm Desert Middle back then, now
Okay.
Palm Desert Charter. And then I switched over to Indio High School where I've been almost 15 plus years and loving every second of it. It's like a second family now.
Okay, okay, yeah, 15 years in one spot. Definitely, you could call that a family. So you've seen a lot in the last 15 years over at Indio. Most recently, just the change in the school site.
Oh, yes. Brand new campus. Loving
Brand new
it.
campus. Yeah, okay. And
Upstairs, downstairs.
yeah, most. I'll tell you what. Coming from Page Middle School, then going to La Quinta as an AP, seeing the upstairs, downstairs, it was a little bit scary. I can
Yeah,
only
it's
imagine
quite
how it
different.
is. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And then also with us, we have a district patrol agent, Seth Dale. How are you doing, Seth?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Excellent, excellent. Why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
All right, my name is Seth Dale. I've been with the district for about 8 years now. I started in 2012 as a substitute security agent and then worked that for about a year. And then I was at Colonel Mitchell Page as a site agent for a year. And then I was given a position in patrol, and I've been in district patrol for about 6 years now, doing
Okay,
security for patrol.
okay, okay. And I want to say that when you started, that was one of my first years over, or actually one of my last years over at Page. But that's how we got to meet as well. I want to say you
Yeah.
were your buddies with Chris Trueblood, who was the school resource officer at the time, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
I
I kind of
gotcha.
took over the reins from Eddie. I was there right after him. So yeah,
Those are big shoes to fill, man.
they were. Yeah, definitely,
Nice.
definitely.
Big shoes to fill. Eddie and I had a lot of fun together when we were at Page. Eddie, remember those flag football games for the Turkey Bowls?
I miss those. We don't have those at Palm Desert Middle School. Kids are
Okay.
scared to
Oh,
play us at
they're
Palm Desert
scared of
Middle.
your play or your coaching.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Eddie always coached the students for Page Middle
Mhm.
School, and then I always led the staff. It was always a fun time.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
So not everybody really knows what a school site security agent may do. Sandy, maybe if you can go in a little bit more detail about some of your daily duties and so forth,
Uh,
if we were at school.
Yeah, I would say I love it because no 2 days are ever the same. I mean, every morning you get up, you never know what's going to happen. We do anything from monitor the front gates in the morning, make sure everybody has their tags on, or
Mhm.
IDs on. We do patrol as far as check our area, go up and down the stairs, make sure everybody's in class, nobody in the bathroom doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing. Just campus safety, make sure nobody's not where they're supposed to be. Everybody, is following the rules. Gosh, I'm trying to think what all we do. Check on the students in the classroom. We'll pop in classrooms every once in a while and say hi to the teachers and the students. Really good to make sure that the students know you're there to help them, as well as, if they do something wrong, of course, we're going to do what we have to do. But that's why I love it. I mean, numerous kids I've seen over the years out on the streets of graduates and say, Thank you, Sandy. Thank you for being there. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And that's what keeps me going every day.
Of course.
I love it.
I'll be the first to say that when I worked with Eddie, that you guys, all security agents, form the best relationships with kids. And a lot of times the kids are our best informants of, the ones that provide the information for us to make sure that our campuses are safe. And because of those relationships that, the three of you guys always developed with kids, it always made it so our campuses were safer and are safer. So thank you for that. And Eddie, why don't you share a little bit what goes on over at Charter Middle School?
Same thing. Just, obviously we're there to help out the kids whenever they need anything. We're also there to deal with any disruptions on school campus. Recently, we've had some new systems that were installed in the school, so it's been a little bit exciting. We have the Raptor system, where all the parents to come in and check in and stuff like that. So a lot of new systems have been implemented at the schools that we've been dealing with, and that's kind of exciting because it's new. But other than that, just make sure that everybody checks into the school campus and make sure that the learning environment is not disrupted in any way throughout the day.
Perfect. No, that you guys are there for number one goal is for safety, and you guys definitely do that. Seth, maybe you can explain the Raptor system a little bit, being on the patrol end.
In all honesty, I haven't had a lot of experience with that. I know I've heard a lot about it and it being installed. I haven't seen a lot of that system only because I work nights, so it's not too familiar to me. So I don't have a lot of knowledge on that one.
You know what? Why don't you share about you working nights and so forth? Some people might be asking, why do they need security agents when kids aren't at school? So if you could share a little bit about that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people throughout the district might not recognize me, but that's just because I work nights and weekends through the weekend, I should say. So I don't see a lot of people, but what we usually deal with a lot of alarms at various school sites, predominantly the Indio schools are our highest producing alarms. We respond to the alarms, check the alarms. We also work closely with Indio Police with any incidents that they need our help with. And we're still dealing with a lot of our PSST World tips, stuff like that. So anything that a student is uncomfortable with that they're reporting, then that goes to us during the off hours, and we usually contact the proper authorities or people to help us deal with that situation.
Okay, so there's a couple of things that you mentioned that I want to make sure that I kind of describe to our viewers. They may not know what it is. So PSST World is an online reporting system that all students in Desert Sands have the ability to report anonymously. And that could be anything from if there's something wrong going on in the home, or maybe if they know about a fight that's coming up, or anything in general. So I wasn't aware that Patrol manages that outside of school hours. So thank you for that. That's fantastic. Because I'll say, as an assistant principal in charge of discipline, if I had to manage that as well as manage a school site, you may never see the light of day.
Yeah, yeah. There's there can be a lot of them. So.
Oh, definitely. I know that I would get notified via email, but oh man, I am just glad that you guys were able to do that when we weren't able to in the off hours and so forth.
Definitely. Well, it's imperative because if you have a student that needs immediate assistance, then
exactly
that's where we come in and we're able to get that assistance to them. So it's imperative to have someone monitoring it 24 hours for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I've heard of great outcomes where you guys have saved students in all areas. So that's fantastic, where it's either if you get them to social services or you get the police involved or mental health services involved, you guys have definitely helped out with that. We touched upon the Raptor system a little bit. Maybe Sandy, can you describe that since you kind of touched upon it earlier?
Yeah, it's a system that's set up right at each side. It's where the main office is, where everybody has to come through to check in, and they have to have their ID, or either school ID or driver's license. And we literally, each time we scan it, and that puts them into the system. And if they don't have a picture ID or something, we can actually take their picture right there live. And then they have a little sticky thing that they have to wear. So like as security, when we roam around, we can see, okay, they've already checked in, they're going this, and it says where they're going and everything. So it's been really helpful.
And from what I understand, that's been implemented district-wide this year for all the different school sites. Yeah, I know that.
Last.
Okay. I want to say that maybe Palm Desert Charter Middle, you guys might have had it beforehand, Eddie?
No, we just got it. We just implemented this year. Yeah, we got it and running this year. So it's new to us.
Okay. Now let's change the topic a little bit here. Let's fast forward to March 13th, the infamous Friday the 13th, as Mr. Bailey calls it. That's when we get the notification from Riverside County that schools are going to be closed. Seth, you're still working every day. Maybe you could tell us a little bit how your day has changed since the 13th.
The biggest change that I've seen personally at night is just us having to, wearing face coverings and things like that. I will say that there have been a lot more, I guess you could say, wanderers around in the city, near the schools. People look for any kind of opportunity that might present itself. So we've noticed that. Otherwise, the streets have been a lot more quiet. And then, it is weird, I will say, going into the district office in the morning when I'm getting off and not seeing all the maintenance crews, the grounds crews, and all them coming into work, the bus crew. It's just so quiet. There's just nobody around at the district. There's a few, obviously there are a few that come in, but it's a different feeling. As far as alarms and stuff go and responding to alarms and sites, that hasn't changed a whole lot. From at the beginning, we were getting a lot of teachers still coming on campus. I think everybody was still real unsure of everything. It wasn't, even us, nobody knew what the severity of the situation was. So teachers were coming on site, and then we got that official notice to say, hey, no one's allowed on site anymore. Custodial staff had cleaned sites, and they were putting a stop to it for a while so we can make sure that our sites are clean and sanitized for when the students do come back and when the teachers come back to clean their classrooms out.
Wow.
So,
yeah. So not much change other than the mask and so forth, and maybe, like you said, some more wanderers. Maybe you could share with us on a personal level what has happened since the beginning of March for you.
My wife and I had a new baby. So that was a different experience. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, that was on April 10th. We were in the hospital at Desert Regional, and that was it was definitely weird, wearing a mask throughout the hospital. The only place you weren't allowed, or you didn't have to wear the mask, was in the actual hotel, or not the hotel, I'm sorry, not even close, a hospital room. And they were actually starting to implement that as we were getting discharged, where everybody had to wear masks while you're at the hospital, regardless of where you were. So even though they said they didn't have a lot of cases there or anything, it was still, that was weird.
Okay, well,
so
wow. Well, congratulations on going through that weird experience and the birth of your child.
Thank you.
Boy or girl in the name?
Another girl. So 3 girls for me now.
Okay.
Yeah. Very nice.
Congratulations. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Look at you. Sandy, and I know you have something personal to share also since the beginning of all this, and maybe you can talk about how your life has changed a little bit since the 13th.
Yes, I am a grandma again. My baby had a baby. She's back in Colorado, so I got the joy of driving back there because you couldn't fly. But she had her on April 3rd, a girl.
Okay. Congratulations.
Yes, so I was very happy I could be there for. We got to stay there 3 weeks because we were out of school, so that was a plus for me. But this whole virus thing has really made make it second look at life, for
Mm-hmm.
lack of a better way to do it. Just enjoy the little things, you know, taking in everything day to day and being thankful for what you have, because you're finding out now there's a lot of people that don't have what we have. I mean, they're
Right.
struggling right now. So I'm
Right.
very fortunate, you know, I have a roof over my head, I have a house and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, so I take my hat off to all the, like, Seth that are still working. I know at our site at Indio High, man, I've been by there a couple times and see the passing out the lunches and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's a big ordeal that they do all the time for these kids, and it's great. It's amazing. I mean, the lines, I'm going, oh my gosh, they're lined up around the corner and they still keep coming.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's, and in this heat now, it's like, wow. So kudos to all of them, all of our essential workers right now.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you, Maggie and her team over there in nutritional services at India have been doing a fantastic job. As well as it's funny to see Mr. Bailey, Dr. Cook, and Miss Norton. They are the milk people. So as people show up, they're the ones that are bagging the milk and giving it to the parents and so forth that are coming for the meals. And I've been there a couple of times when I go Facebook Live just to kind of inform families about what's going on. And this actually allows for a good segue. Just so everybody knows, there is no meal distribution on Monday, Memorial Day, but we will pick up again on Wednesday with our meal distribution. But no, it's remarkable to see how many people are coming for meals each and every day, and they're anticipating that this will carry on throughout the summer too. As long as the pandemic's going on, this will probably carry on. Definitely. Hey, Eddie, why don't you share a little bit about how things are going differently for you since the 13th? I know that you got some kiddos at home too that you're probably doing some distance learning with.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I have a senior. She's pretty. She's a little bit down. I mean, she wanted to graduate this year, but
Your daughter's a senior? I
yeah,
don't believe it.
remember that?
Oh,
Yep.
man, you're really making us feel
So
old here.
she's graduating this year. But
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
it was when we went to when the schools were closed. I mean, for me, I'm a workaholic a little bit. I work another job on the side also. And when they gave the order to close everything down, we were at our peak season, so I missed out on a lot of work opportunity. So Coachella Fest was announced; it was closed.
Yep,
They closed down the
yep,
schools. The McCallum Theater was closed. I mean, all that. I get to work all those events,
right.
and just all of a sudden was closed. So it was a little bit of shock to
Yeah.
me for not knowing that what I was going to do next.
Right.
And personally, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. We've gotten a lot of time to talk with my daughters. I got two daughters. I got two daughters here that living with me right now, and the wives. We're all at home. So surprisingly, we've been getting along pretty good. Nothing nothing too crazy. Honestly, thank God for electronics, cell phones, and video. I mean, the kids, they're in contact with their friends over video. I thought I'd never
Yeah.
say that, but there's, they walk around the house and they're talking with their
Yeah.
friends and stuff. So, personal, it's not too much of a strain on the family, but as far as professional, like I said, working, this is our peak season, and all of a sudden it was just, just locked down, closed down, and haven't been working since the 13th. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's been remarkable. I'll tell you, I have a connection with the McCallum Theater also. My wife is in the box office there. And I'll tell you, Eddie, they are still selling tickets because I know this. My front living room is their box office.
Oh, really? I didn't know
They're
that.
still, yeah, they're selling tickets as if nothing's wrong. And they're selling the tickets, they're selling the shows. And then if something gets canceled, then they go ahead and assess. Some
Yep.
people are wanting refunds, and some people are actually making donations to the Performance Theater, which is great as well.
Yep.
But do know that they are selling tickets right now for the McCallum for next season. Yeah.
Good,
Yeah. So,
Nice.
so that's good to hear. No, I hear you. We brought on with Morning with Chef Mary the other day some restaurant owners, and they were talking about how they had to change and pivot completely. No longer having people in your restaurant, but completely changing to a curbside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously that with their employees and their staff, there's the things that they're going through. Yeah. We're coming up on 20 minutes here. I'd love for each of you to have an opportunity, maybe to say something to your staff, say something to your students, say something to the Desert Sands Foundation community. Why don't we go ahead and start with Seth? Is there anything you'd like to say, from yourself to the Desert Sands community?
I definitely want to say congratulations to the class of 2020. That's district wide. This is not an easy thing to go through, and it's my hats off to all those seniors who have had to do this from a distance and go through this. It probably won't happen again anytime soon, and it's a tough thing. So congrats to them, and I hope they all do well in their future endeavors. And then as far as the staff goes throughout the district, just hang in there, and thank you for supporting us and everybody else in the district, whether it be nutrition services. They've done a great job helping the families in the community, and all the assistant superintendents, a superintendent, just directors, principals. Thank you to everybody for really coming together and getting everybody through this.
Yeah, I thank you for saying that. One thing I want to kind of plug here next week for the class of 2020, one thing that the foundation is hosting is called a Rock and Farewell. And what we're doing is we're getting the garage bands from the high schools. We've got 3 or 4, and they're going to send in videos to myself and some of the ASB directors. And what we're doing is we're bringing on students who from the adopted graduate of the Coachella Valley. I don't know if you guys have seen that on social media at all, but people been adopting these seniors, and we're bringing the seniors on with us. We're going to do a format like this. They're going to say thank you to the people that adopted them, and then we're going to play some of the garage band music that we have from our students. Yeah,
nice.
it'd be kind of cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got some very, very talented kids, and I'll tell you, all the music they're playing is all original music. It's not going to be any, it's any played over music. This is stuff that they wrote.
The
So.
kids,
Yeah, we actually have a band coming from Indio High School, actually a band member from Indio High School coming as well. Yeah. Sandy, is there anything you'd like to say to your students or the Desert Sands community?
Yeah, well, first off, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, keep doing what you're doing. And of course, to all of our seniors, I want to wish you the best and get it done. Stay on task. Don't fall short now. You've got it. You can do this. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I can't stress out enough. And to all the staff and teachers, especially, oh my gosh, my kudos to what they're doing. I mean, we couldn't do this without them. Kids couldn't do this without them. And I think the parents are understanding just what these teachers are going through now. So it's just been really great. I think it's brought our district closer as it's one big family instead of each individual site, which is great to see because that hasn't happened in a long time. So everybody keep doing what you're doing. Stay safe. I miss you guys. I love you guys. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Awesome. And Eddie, what would you like to say to your Palm Desert Charter Middle staff and students in the community?
No, I just want to say that, hang in there, guys. Be confident. We're going to get through this together. I did want to say to the class of 2020, to all the students, I'm very proud of all the students, especially the ones that know me that's gone through the middle school when I was there. Just want to say congratulations, and I'm very proud of you guys. And I hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah, big thing on that. I hope to see him again soon. Too, one thing the superintendent's been saying throughout this, and he said it the first week, and I want to put it up here. We got this DSUSD, and I firmly believe that. I know that families are worried about education and they're worried about things right now, but every teacher that I've brought on, every administrator I've brought on, they've said, you know what, number one thing right now is safety. Be with your families, be safe, and then you know what, we'll help you fill in the blanks when you get back, and we'll do that. We definitely will. But once again, on behalf of the foundation, on behalf of the district, I just want to say thank you to each of you for Classified Appreciation Week.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing everything that you do, and thank you for being there for our kids and the community. And as a reminder, we will be back tomorrow. Let's see here, where are we at? We will have graphic services on tomorrow. Then we also have a mental health panel with student support services. And then on Friday morning, we got a special one with Chef Mary again. It's usually on Thursdays, but we're going to be on Friday. And we have some former students as well as, I believe we're going to have one of the newest chefs from La Quinta High join us too. So got a full schedule of live panels. And once again, thank you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Okay, so